Hello Flosstube, my name's Natalia. This is my channel Mermaid, Official Mermaid's Cove, and I share my cross-stitching hobby in this channel. This video is going to be I guess a bead with me. I'm going to give you some introduction into what I'm doing, and then I'm going to let you watch as I bead the rest of this. I might break this up into smaller sections and speed up some of these things. But to start off, I think, let's see if I can adjust this a bit. Okay. So I'm gonna start probably at the bottom here. Yeah. There are some beads here on these loops. So I'm going to, this is the thread that I chose. I chose a thread that I feel like is going to blend well in with that background color. It's from my stash. It's one of the thrifted threads I have. It's not a Anchor or a DMC. It's a American thread company, Star 6 strand embroidery cotton. It's color number 1001. This is the label. So I'm gonna be beading with one strand of floss. I have my beads here off to the side. What I actually might do is, I kind of got this little metal tin together. I have a little treasure I'm thinking of adding down here. So I'll stick that on here. The beads on the loops, let me double check this. They're going to be the crystal blue color, and I've chosen these beads. They're a Sundance company bead, they're not Mill Hills. This is a size 14 to 15 and the color 19B. So I'm just gonna uncap this and put some on this. The sticky tape I have on here is just masking tape that I kind of folded back into that tin. So I'm using, this is a beading needle that I got from Under the Sea Fabrics. It came as part of the Dark Queen series for the Dark Queen of the Sea. I think I also got some beading needles because I bought the bead kit from Leslie. If you're really interested in knowing what type of needle it is, you could probably go onto her site and see the ones that she sells. I like these as opposed to the other ones because the other beading needles are pretty long. This one's only like, what does this measure? It's like a little over, it's like 1.25 inches. Versus, you know, there's another beading needle that's like super long. So I like this one, it's a little bit shorter. And I find I can use more of the thread. I did like a 18-inch piece of floss and cut it to size, and I'm going to start off with a pin stitch. Okay, I'm going to pull it all the way out. I typically like to get some kind of cotton floss that matches the fabric versus using a visible floss, or I know sometimes the Mill Hill bead kits tell you to use a floss color that matches the bead. I just find it easier because then I don't have to keep switching thread when I'm doing this, and it makes it a lot easier when you're trying to do a lot of beading in a short amount of time. I'm not anticipating this is going to take a long time, but we'll see. So if you can see right there, if I don't block the light for you, see, you can barely even see that pin stitch. That's how good that thread color matches the fabric. But I've anchored the thread here. I might think about doing a close-up maybe of doing a pin stitch like as a short on my channel if you're interested. But for right now, at the angle that I'm going, this is going to be as good of a view as I can get. So I'll continue. I'm planning on doing 1 half stitch with 1 thread of floss to secure these beads. Typically that's good enough for me as long as I keep my tension pretty good. It should hold the beads in place. So I'm going to grab one of these beads, and the top leg of my crosses on my cross stitches is this way diagonally, so I'm going to be stitching all my legs like I would for the first leg of a cross. If I stitch them this way, right, the bead will lay the same angle that my cross stitches do. So I have the first bead there, and then I'm going to lay the second one down. So you see there, the beads are angled at an angle there. So there are those 3 here on the end. Mark those off. Okay, and then I am not opposed to jumping. I have this stretched pretty well, and there's quite a few gaps that we need to fill. But the next space for maybe I won't jump that far. The next bead is over here. That's more than 20 stitches. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pin stitch. I'm not going to end my thread. I'm still going to carry it, but that way I won't have to worry about the tension slacking off because I'm traveling such a long distance. Okay, and then I'll come over here to the end of this swirl. And when I did the pin stitch, I did it right underneath that last bead that I put down. Okay, so we have that one laid. And the next one is the end of this loop. Okay, oops. Didn't look like that one went into the right spot, but it did. Okay, and so we have these beads down here. We have the end of these loops. The next beads are actually gold. So right here, see, that one is this color. This is supposed to be Mill Hill Victorian Gold. This is pretty close. I stitched my Portrait Queen, and that called for those here too. I actually have that color in my Mill Hills, but I'm already doing a bunch of substitutions for this project, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use these. They're really, really close. So I'm going to go ahead and add those here. And I'm gonna go ahead and come up here. Oh, see this one, I messed up. I did it. I'm so used to doing that last leg at a certain orientation, I thought I did the leg this way instead of this way. So I'm gonna come back here and do that again. So it lays the right way. There we go. Okay, and then we'll come up here. And this one is actually supposed to be the same color, but a size 60. And I actually have same color. It's a SL Gold. I got these at Hobby Lobby. So these are just a bigger size. So I might actually secure this one twice, just because it is a bigger bead. And I'm just doing that. It's essentially a half stitch twice, making sure that's tacked down good. Okay. Then I'm thinking I'm gonna go back down here. There's another gold bead in the corner. Just this loop. And there's two right here at the bottom of this. Edge. I'm sorry if this is like awkward. I'm trying to make sure you can see. Is there a way of... I'm gonna zoom in a bit, see if that gives you a better vantage point. Bear with me here. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so we're here. I put the second bead on. Okay, so this is where I want to figure out where I want to put this treasure. So I'm thinking I want it maybe... do I want it at the base of the letter, or do I want it right at where that swirl starts? Or maybe in the center? Maybe the center works good. Okay. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make like a elongated X. So I want it to be about there. So let's see where that is. So if I bring my needle up there. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Like I would do a regular X, but it's gonna be elongated. So I thread it through the heart. We want it centered here on these two threads. So I've put it here, which is like splitting this X right here. And I'm going to bring it down one square above where this loop ends right there. So I'm going to bring that down. And you can see that see right there. I just tightened it and you can see the heart is like tilting this way, right? So we're going to come back. And I'm going to bring my thread over to the bottom leg that we're going to do now this way. Bring that through. I'm going to put this through the heart again. And now I'm going to want to bring my thread 2 spaces over to make that X. Okay. So we have that, and it looks centered now, and it's actually being secured by an X. Now, yeah, okay, it is centered. Okay. So I'm just pulling on it to keep it tight there. And if I try to move it, yeah, it's really nice and secure. So that's where I'm going to leave that. There's a line of beads that goes all the way down here. I'm probably going to interspace them so I can later come back up. So, okay, the beads go down here. So let's do this. Let's stitch one right there. This is a gold bead. And we're doing a half stitch here. Okay. Okay, then there's another one that goes here. We're going to skip that. We're going to do the next one that goes here. Okay, and then the next one's there. We're going to skip that. This is the center squirrely. Let's get this one. Okay, the next one's right here. Okay, I'm going to skip the next one, which is down here. I'm going to do this one. Oh, did I get it or not? I think I did get it or not. Let's see if we can. Nope. Pin to the rescue. Leave that over here because we need that again. Okay. Oops. There we go. Okay, so next bead. Okay. I'm gonna skip all the way down here. This is the last gold one. And then there's actually a blue one where this loopy swirl ends. So you see where I just ended the thread down here? I'm not actually going diagonally, I'm going straight across this way. That actually helps create tension to help keep the tension and keep your bead secure. Or at least that's what I found. We got to the end of that swirly, and now we're going to work our way back up. Yes, that's right. Okay. So we have gold beads that make a column up here. When you have a row of beads and you're having a hard time lining them up, you can always go back with your needle and like try to just run the needle through straight and down the middle, and that'll help them lay straight too. If you are having an issue having them stay down straight, these actually look like they're staying pretty good. Yeah, all in a row. Okay, and then we'll go and do this one. Yeah, that's right. You second guess yourself sometimes when you're doing this. It's actually it's a lot easier to frog beads than it is stitches though, so if you ever have to take them all out and do them again, it's not a huge deal. Okay, we've made it to here, and then we're back up here. Sorry if I'm jostling you about a little bit. I'm trying to do my best to keep you in frame. Okay. And then this whole thing has a column up here, but obviously, so in the original design, instead of this heart bead being here, it would just be a straight row of gold beads. So I'm just going to stitch beads up to and through this heart that we laid down. I wanted to incorporate a pink heart somewhere because it's Sailor Moon. I know she has like a moon compact, and when she's doing her like transformation sequence, she has a heart too. So I just wanted to be able to put it down somewhere. I'm just going to go ahead. There's not really unnecessarily a bead here as charted, but I'll go ahead and put one here and do it all the way up. And I'll zoom you out a bit so we can see how it looks we're looking so far. So, yep, that's how our row looks so far. There's the lighting, pretty nice and straight. Yep, that heart's really nice and secure. So yeah, what I'll probably do, because this is taking a little while, I showed you how I tacked down the beads, and I showed you how I tacked down the treasure. So I think that's the majority of what I need to do for this video. I also tackled, you know, this is a bigger bead here. I tackled how I did that. I just went over it twice. And I used an X for this. It looks so pretty. So I think I'm going to stop it here, and then I'll come back after I finish and just show you where she's at. And we'll see how we go from there. Okay, I finished. So this is what she looks like. I did put some of the petite beads around the moon to look like little sparkles and stars. And I finished all the little light blue beads at the end of the swirlies there. I did all the beads at the end. You can see there's like some bigger beads at certain points. Here. I put some beads there where her little buns are supposed to be. Put a bead for her circlet and the necklace. And we have the letter beaded here. I finished beading this. There's some larger beads here and here. And I think it looks really good. The heart bead there. Got the end of these little swirlies like I showed before. I have the column with the gold beads here. Got some more beads, this larger bead here. Smaller beads. I put my initials and the year that I finished there. Oh, I actually think I might have missed. Well, there you go. I missed a larger bead here. So I'll go back and do that one real quick. But I'm basically finished with her. And that's going to be it for my Nora letter. I'll be trying to look for a frame for her and get her finished so she'll be ready for my niece's birthday. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. I don't think I did anything more than what I did at the beginning. I went how I do the smaller beads, the larger beads, and the treasure. So if you have any other questions, let me know below, and I'll be happy to answer them. I hope this was helpful. Bye.